Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy May. Can you believe it? It's May already. That's crazy. Welcome to Here to Bloom, episode number 39. My name is Deidrey Francois, and I am absolutely grateful for your presence here today. Woohoo! We're so glad that you could join us on Facebook. For all those on Facebook, thank you so much. Hi, Leah! Woohoo! And for those on YouTube, I am so grateful. Just a couple of things. Huge thanks to all of those who participated. I can't find it. There we go. It's not working. Okay. Just a couple of things. I just wanted to mention all those who participated in the Bloom Room on last week Sunday. Diane inspired us with her garden, and Chris with his poetry, Lori with her creations of love, fairy furniture. Hi, Maureen. Dolphin with his interaction with Jane Goodall, and Anne with her laughter meditation. Keitha Ann with her beautiful voice. And Dave, of course, with his inspirational wisdom, and Nick with his storytelling. I am so super grateful that you guys were able to spend some time with me. So our next Here to Bloom room will be sent via a private link, so we won't post that one publicly. But so please, if you want to be a part of it and you want to participate, let me know, because it's coming up for May 30th. All right, so check out my website, would you please? My website is www.deidrey.com, and you'll find all kinds of great musical content, including this Here to Bloom and other services that I offer. I have to tell you about some of my services, because I offer both virtual and in-person performances as well. You know, I do corporate and private and whatever. But I also do singing telegrams. And I don't know if you've ever had someone do a singing telegram for you, but basically, when I did live singing telegrams, I'll give you an idea of both of them. So I would show up at the person's house, and it's always a surprise. And I would sing a song. Sometimes I would be in costume. Sometimes I would just be so absolutely hilarious and just so heartwarming, and it would really touch them. Well, now I'm doing this virtually. And so if you have a song that you have in mind and you want to, you know, really make someone feel special for their birthday or an anniversary, or just any event that's going on in somebody's life, and you want to let them know how much you care, let me tell you, it is a keepsake they can keep forever, and they just love it. They love it. Anyway, so do check this out. It's at singatme.com. And I just want to tell you about Facebook. Well, those watching on Facebook, thank you so much for being there and for hitting that follow button if you have not yet done so, and the like button. Just so grateful. Do lots of posting on Facebook as well, so do check it out. And shout out to my peeps from St. Lucia. St. Lucia, say whoop, whoop. I'm so grateful. Oh my gosh. St. Lucia is where I was born, so I have to do a woot woot for my family. Come on. And by the way, if you need a website built or any help streaming online, we have got you covered. We have tech support for anything computer related, and we have solutions for you, because Rick is an experienced tech expert with over 27 years in the business. So if you know someone who's in need of technical, business, or personal solutions, do send them our way. It's deidrey.com/tech. And one last thing before we move on, YouTube, if you have not yet hit the subscribe button on YouTube, please do, and that notification bell as well, because then you won't miss out on any of the new videos that I post. That just means so much to me if you would do that. And if you have any requests today, by the way, so if you have a song that you have in your heart that you would want to sing, please let me know what it is, and I will do my best. And one more thing. So, and for those who asked, the donate, if you want to donate anything or give a tip or something like that, it is Deidrey.com/love. All right, let's get started. This is a lovely Phil Collins tune. She calls out to the man on the street. Sir, can you help me? It's cold and I've nowhere to sleep. Is there somewhere you can tell me? He walks on, doesn't look back. He pretends he can't hear her. He starts to whistle as he crosses the street. Seems embarrassed to be there. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for you and me in paradise. About it. Oh, she calls out to the man on the street. He can see she's been crying. She's got blisters on the soles of her feet, and she can't walk, but she's trying. Oh, twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice, it's just another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, just think about nothing anybody can do. Oh, Lord, there must be something that you can say. You can tell from the lines on her face. You can see that she's been there, probably been moved on from every place. She didn't fit in there. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice, it's just another day for you and me in paradise. Just think about it. Today's theme is afraid to ask. But before we dive in, I'd like to center myself, of course. All right, let me make sure I got your request down. Heal the World. That is such a beautiful song. Thank you, Leah. I'm going to write that down. Heal the world. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And it is my intention. It is my intent to share my gift of song and poetry, my love and my passion to honor and to serve spirit. Let it reach whomever it is meant for, however it is meant to, in humility and grace, without judgment, and in love and light. And know that what I offer here are just my experiences, little tidbits that I've learned along the way. So I was looking into something this week, fear. You know what a phobia is, right? A phobia is an irrational fear, something that is unlikely to cause harm. When somebody has a phobia, they experience really intense fear, of whatever that something is, if it's an object or a situation. What makes a phobia different than a regular fear is that they cause significant distress and likely will interfere with like our day-to-day activities or our day-to-day life, right? And people with phobias, they actively avoid the object or situation. And if you can't avoid it, then you kind of bite the bullet and you hunker down with this huge flood of anxiety and then, of course, this near meltdown of our central nervous system. So I went looking for a list of just common phobias, and it seemed to me like each list was different. Some largely different, other ones like one or two here and there. It almost seems like there was this common phobia of having the same list on different websites. Boom, boom. Oh my God, my jokes are terrible. Well, fears are obvious. Some fears are obvious, like fear of death, fear of wide spaces, claustrophobia, closed spaces, insects, the dark. There's a whole slew of them. But there were a few of them that really cracked me up. Okay. There's actually a thing called fear of fears. Come on. Who comes up with this stuff? Fear of fears. It's called phobophobia. Huh? What do you think? Okay. And now there are a few fears that many of us have, like fear of speaking in public. That one I think is like number 3 on the list of almost every site. And here are some funny ones. I mean, they're probably not funny to the people that are experiencing them. So this is not in any way to make fun of people. Not at all. I just thought the idea of the fear was a little bit crazy. But anyway, here we go. It's called euphobia. You ready? It's the fear of hearing good news. What the heck? The fear of hearing good news. How is that even possible? Okay. And then there is, ready? Linonophobia or linonophobia. And it's a phobia that you will absolutely never, ever, ever find in a cat. And it's a morbid fear of strings. Hi, Melvin. And then there's another one, gamophobia. This is for the fear. Oh, this one is definitely for men. Oh, men, I don't know if you've had this, but it's akin to cold feet. It's a fear of marriage. Actually, don't listen to me. Fear, men and women go through the whole cold feet thing. And I think that, you could use it as a great excuse, I'm sorry, honey, it's not that I don't want to marry you. It's just that I have a very incurable case of gamophobia. Okay, and this one, I'm going to ask for Rick's help on this one because I can't say it. Okay, put it up for me. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Hippopotomonstrosiquipedaliophobia. Holy potato chips and dip. This one is for people who usually have this phobia, have an ironically fear. It's an ironic fear of extremely long words. Okay, I'm sorry. It's funny. It's just hilarious. Okay, here's the other one that I'm going to sing. This song is my song, and it's called Paranoia. Here we go. Living in a constant state of paranoia. Afraid of your own voice, judging yourself. better to conform than to let your feelings out. Oh, will you are your only enemy. Why won't you live confidently? Open your eyes to the truth and see that you're already in heaven. Take off the mask, face reality. There's nothing to feel, honey, you're free. No shame, no guilt when you let love be. The truth you see in you and me. Hi, Vicky. So glad you could join today. Oh, stumbling from the heavy weights upon your shoulders. Hi, Nathan. Not only for yourself, but everyone else. Better hide away than to see the truth in you. Oh, will you are your only enemy. Why won't you live confidently? Open your eyes to the truth and see that you're already in heaven. Oh, take off the mask and face reality. There's nothing to fear. Oh, honey, you are so free. No shame, no guilt when you let love be. The truth you see in you and me. You know what? We are truly the biggest, our own biggest enemies at times, aren't we? Especially when we allow our irrational fears to sort of just run amok in our lives. Ooh, take off the mask, face reality. There's nothing to fear, honey. You are so free. No shame, no guilt when you let love be. The truth you see in you and me. Let me know where you are watching from tonight. Or morning for you, but especially for Leia. Tonight or morning, right? This morning. Oh my goodness. The truth is, I'm not really here to talk about phobias or how to fix any of that. I am not qualified to do so. And I am certainly not making fun of any of that. I happen to have a few myself. But sometimes it does take I think we need to spend some time actually laughing at ourselves sometimes. We take ourselves far too seriously. But have you ever heard of the fear of asking? Have you? If you have that fear of asking, let me know. You know what, folks? It is a thing. Asking for help, asking for assistance. There hasn't actually been an official diagnosis or anything or phobia title for it yet, but I'm pretty sure many of us have it. And you know what? I have surely suffered with it. Right? In fact, I have been avoiding this fear for so many years. I've been avoiding the AA, it's called Askers Anonymous group for years because I was afraid to ask to be a member. Okay, I'm just going to laugh at my own jokes today. I know they're bad. But fear of asking is really a thing, and it actually can be debilitating at times. Hi, Edie. Oh, you'll never walk alone. Absolutely. And it can show up in several ways, in several areas in our lives. You'll never walk alone. Yeah. It can show up in several areas in our businesses, in our friendships, in other relationships, and it can have a tremendously negative impact all around. You know, like fearful askers like myself are quite aware that it is completely irrational. This fear is irrational. But irrational thinking is kind of what seems to keep the world spinning these days, at least anyway in politics and other important matters. So like, ta-da, you know? And, okay, I'm going to stop being sarcastic, but where does it start? Like, how does that start? How does that fear start, right? I mean, some of us experience negative experiences where I think it probably started with a really negative experience where we asked for something when we were most vulnerable and were rejected. And I think, here's the thing though, every single one of us knows rejection. It's the first thing we're taught as children. No, don't touch this. No, you can't have that. No, you have to share. No, this and no that. Like, that's one of the first words we learn. We know rejection, like we know it. But as children, rejection didn't mean that you were unloved. Rejection didn't mean that we would never ever get a yes response. It just meant, no, not now. And at the most, what we would do is if we didn't get our way, we would throw a tantrum. That's it, right? It usually meant because it's not a good idea or it's harmful, right? We never actually got to the place where rejection became, I will never ask again. Which is how the phobia starts. It's like when you get to the point where you say, I'm never asking again. Now, when we get to that point of saying, I will never ask again, likely that meant that the rejection was chronic or deeply wounding or humiliating or condescending. And it probably made us feel like we were a burden or a nuisance. Or maybe it made us feel like we were garbage. Not good enough, not important enough to get the attention that we asked for. All that I know is enough to be wise, and all that I have is enough to be whole, and all that I see is enough to discern the truth, and all that I am is enough for the great I am. As I lean on the power of the one, as I live from the love of the holy, as I shine the light, oh glory, hallelujah. All that I am is enough for the great I am. Breathe that in, would you? All that I know is enough to be wise. All that I have is enough to be whole, to be whole. All that I see is enough to discern the truth, and all that I am is enough for the great I am. I am. As I lean on the power of the one, as I live from the love of the holy, as I shine This was a song that I wrote in March, so I really hope that you enjoyed it. That fear of asking, all that we are is enough for the great I am. It's just so true. Our fear of asking is that real persistent fear of being rejected. And that is in that same wounding way. Okay, let me say that one more time. The fear of asking is really a persistent fear of being rejected in that same wounding way that we were at the time that it first started. So it's like, I don't want to be wounded that way one more time. So that one traumatic rejection becomes the lens through which all other experiences that require vulnerability, right? Where we need vulnerability for that statement, can I ask you to? That's where it's filtered through. Fear and rejection and trauma is the lens through which all new experiences requiring assistance are filtered. And anything that is filtered through trauma absolutely never, ever works for our highest good. It just never does. So how do you know? How do you know that you have this I'm afraid to ask phobia? Because it's not always clear that it's there, right? I mean, we become so good at masking. Oh my gosh, like I can be an expert at masking sometimes. Oh yeah, sure, everything's fine. Yeah. It is sometimes difficult to see our own patterns because we just become so darn good at it, you know? So do you have a master's degree in self-sufficiency? Right? Do you have a master's degree in self-sufficiency? Have you ever called yourself like a lone wolf? Or is that what people say about you? And do you often find yourself wanting to work alone? I'm talking to myself. Or having the inability or preference to work outside of a team environment. Maybe you don't really want to work in a team environment. Maybe teamwork, you know, because teamwork is all about each individual fulfilling the expectations that are predetermined, right? And when people can't fulfill the expectations that we have of each other, asking them for help exposes, for example, if we're the ones who can't fulfill that, asking for help exposes our flaws. And it's risky in a work setting, right? Or when others don't meet those expectations, then we have to have we have to be able to ask them to do their part. And then there's trauma around how do we want to appear to that person? And then it brings up those insecurities, right? Because we're so caught up in how people see us and how much we want them to love us and want them to like us. We can't possibly have people say bad things about us. Heaven forbid, it will just crush our entire world, right? Or maybe are you someone who's overly private? Or keep your friendships at arm's length because we don't want to appear as a burden to anyone or seem needy. You know, that whole fear can be masked so easily in the excuses that we come up for ourselves with, for ourselves, right? Absolutely. I'm agreeing with you, Georgie. This one is one of mine and it's called Let Me Hide. Because that's what we do when we're stuck in our fears. We want to hide. I don't want to talk. I'm tired of crying. I don't want the ache. My heart's already dying. Just let me hide away. Let me pretend that everything's okay. Let me wash away the stains that all my tears have made before I add a few more tears again. I don't repercussions from our fear of asking. There are repercussions, and I don't know if sometimes we are aware of that. Some of them are obvious, right? From our fear of asking. The obvious ones are we hold ourselves back. And we never really do reach our full potential because we don't get things done. Right? We don't get things done because we're too afraid to ask. And so we become complacent. And we tell ourselves lies like, yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this even though it's mediocre. And so we just don't have to push ourselves past our fears, you know? So we settle in and we hunker in and we're okay. It's like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm fine with this. It's not really what I want, but I'm okay. We settle for things that we don't want because we decide that it's easier, right, than to face the fear. And we become another one is we become real life versions of MacGyver. I don't know if anybody knows MacGyver. Do you know MacGyver, the TV show? Do you remember that? It was like a TV character on a TV series he was known as the genius, right? Who just knew everything. Hello, After Dark. Woohoo! Class of 87. Yay! I love it. MacGyver, well, he just knew everything from engineering to physics to speaking several different languages, and he could fix just about anything, you know? And I got to tell you, I pride myself on that, you know? Like I remember when my little one, maybe it was Lydia? Maybe it was Lydia. Anyway, I can't remember who now, but one of my children, we needed a crib. And we had one, and I think something was broken on one of those because we got it secondhand and something was broken. Let me tell you, I fixed that right up with just like, you know, tie a string here, tie this there. It worked perfectly. It worked perfectly. I am not a bad parent. I am an improvising parent. Very creative. And I have to tell you, I'm just the queen of workarounds and backup plans. Man, I got backup plans for my backup plans just so I can avoid that fear of asking for anything. There are some people who don't have that issue or that fear at all. And I got to tell you, I admire them. You know, like I have this friend out in Kingston who, you know, he runs his own business and he is just he's just a go-getter. He will face anyone, anywhere, and he will just ask, you know, like, have you come to my store? Come check it out. Or like, he will just, anybody on the street, anywhere, he'll just talk to them. And I've just always admired that. You know, they have this beautiful ability to not really care what others think, you know? And in real estate prospecting, we were taught no equals next, right? Like that was just the advice that we were given. I'm just checking in with Facebook to make sure that you are working. I noticed that we're kind of getting in and out sometimes. But as I was saying, in real estate, we were taught that no equals next. And those who got that could really shift into prosperity, right? Here's the thing that I recognized. The fear of asking is a lot worse when it is about me. So in a work setting, I can make calls on behalf of you. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, I'm going to call and I'm going to get you whatever you need. That's it. But it's on behalf of you. The minute, I put on my sales persona hat and then I'm just like I'm on fire. The minute that table is turned around where I have to work for myself. Even this show, trying to, getting people to come and to invite them, be a part of this. It's like, oh my gosh, it is just debilitating. That fear becomes debilitating. Well, I'm here to dive into this topic because I want to remind myself first that I am stronger than I think I am. and also to remind you that you are stronger than you think you are. You are wiser than you think you are. You are more worthy than you think you are. I see your courage. I see you rise to face each challenge. You are stronger than you think. Stronger than you think you are. I see your heart. I see that you're kind as you show your love. You're more needed than you think. More needed than you think you are. And I have faith in you. Put your faith in me. Let your faith reveal exactly what I see, the real you to be. 'Cause you are more than you think, so much more than you think you are. I see your light, I see honor and integrity. You're more worthy than you think. You're more worthy than you think you are. I see your choices, your careful and thoughtful deliberation. You are wiser than you think. Wiser than you think you are. And I have faith in you. Put your faith in me. Let your faith reveal exactly what I see, the real you to be. 'Cause you are more than you think, so much more than you think you are. You are wiser, wiser than you think, wiser than you think you are. You are more worthy, you're more worthy than you think, more worthy than you think you are. I hope that you are taking this in. You are stronger than you think. You are stronger than you think you are. And let's put our hands on our hearts just for a moment. You are more loved than you think. You're more loved than you think. More loved than you think you are. You know, sometimes that one's a little bit hard to take in, isn't it? And I was sharing my fear and all that anxiety it brings and how much it holds me back with this wonderful friend recently. And in speaking to her, I started reflecting on something she said to me. And she said something to the effect that we rob people of the pleasure and joy of helping us when we don't ask. Well, I never thought of it that way. You see, I was so deeply entrenched in my fear that I hadn't even regarded the possibility of how good someone else could feel by giving them the opportunity to share in whatever way they could. I mean, by keeping them out of the loop in my life, by keeping everyone at arm's length, by never reaching out to ask for help, we create the exact same thing that we are avoiding, which is that rejection trauma. We're actually creating it for others. You see, by our actions, we encourage feelings of mistrust. By our actions, we tell others, without using any words, we tell people, I don't need you. I don't trust you enough to be vulnerable with you. I cannot count on you, or I don't want to count on you. I don't value what you have to offer me. I reject you and anything that you could ever do for me or with me. Is that the kind of message that we want to send to each other? I think sometimes we need a little bit of a reminder that we really can help each other. I just love this song. Whoa, if you got a problem, don't care what it is. If you need a hand, I can assure you this, I can help. I got 2 strong arms and I can help. Oh, it would sure me do me good. To do you good, let me help. It's a fact that people get lonely, ain't nothing new. But a woman like you, baby, should never have the blues. Let me help. I got 2 for me, let me help. Whoa, it would sure do me good. To do you good, let me help. Ain't that a fact, eh? You know, I am sure that we never intended to cause harm unto another human being. And isn't it ironic that by protecting ourselves so intently and so persistently and so very well from our fear of rejection trauma, that it manifests itself as this fear of asking. And we are actually causing emotional harm to those we value. But the other thing that we're doing is that we are actually, we're actually stopping the flow of good, not only in our lives, but in their lives as well. And I don't think that we want to do that, do we? We want our good to rain down, not just for ourselves, but for others too. This is one of my songs. This one is called Let My Good Rain Down. I open my heart to love. I open my mind to joy. I open my life to peace, and it's good for me. I open my mind, my heart to trust. I open my mind to miracles. I open my life to grace, and it's good for me. Let it rain down, let it rain down, let my good rain down, pour on me. Let it rain down, let it rain down, let my good rain down, pour on me. I open my heart to change. I open my mind to blessings. I open my life to flow, and it's good for me. I open my heart to life. I open my mind to abundance. I open my life to the divine, and it's good for me. Let it rain down, let it rain down, let my good rain down, pour on me. Let it rain down, let it rain down, let my good rain down. How do we overcome the fear? How do we overcome that fear? We practice. And you know, my friend says to me that we need to exercise our ask muscles. I have to figure out where my ask muscles are. But I agree. I mean, but I had to find out what that means for me. You know, like what does that mean to strengthen my ask muscle? And so I just kind of went looking, you know, and I found a few tips. Practice saying the words. Practice hearing yourself say the words. Like, would you consider joining me in blah, 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 blah? Or would you consider assisting me in blah, blah, blah? Would you consider purchasing X or whatever? Whatever that phrase is that you need to work on, start saying it like a mantra so that our brains can get used to hearing the words in order to reduce the emotional fear response that is triggered by the ask statement. The other one is state what you have done first and then ask. Because people like to help people who want to help themselves. And it shows people that, you know, well, my time is not going to be wasted. If you ask me for something and you started doing something, then I know my time won't be wasted. The other thing is to be very clear on what it is that you need help in so that you don't have to re-ask. Because if we're already traumatized by asking, if we are very clear the first time, then we don't have to ask again. That is one that I have an issue with. Respond to the answer that you get, even if it's a no, because this will help to reduce the stress response as well if we get used to getting no answers just with simple gratitude. For example, a statement like what I would say is, thank you, person, for responding to my request. I appreciate your authenticity and honesty. And then the last thing is to follow through. So when you get help, we need to act on it because it makes people happy. They appreciate seeing that their efforts are helping you and and it's paying off and bringing you success. So if you have a fear of asking, as I do, I hope that you got something out of all of that today. I really hope that you got something out of it. I'm going to do your requests now. And I know we had Heal the World from Leah. Heal, H-E-A-L. There we go. So I really hope that you got something out of all of this today. And maybe you'll be able to strengthen your ask muscles. Yeah, that's what I hope for you. Oh, let's try this one. Heal the world. So I encourage you. And then, claim your power one more time, right? Okay, let's try this. There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place could be brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you'll feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space to make a better place. I got you, Margaret. Heal the world, make it a better place. For you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. If you want to know why, there's a love that cannot lie. Love is strong, it only cares for joyful giving. If we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel. Fear or dread, we can't stop existing and start living. Then it feels that always love's enough for us growing. Make a better world. Make a better world. Heal the world. Make it a better place. Sing it, Dolphin. For you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. And the dream we were conceived in will feel a joyful face. And the world we once believed in will shine again in grace. Then why do we keep strangling life on this earth? We survive and so, though it's plain to see this world is heavenly. We got to know we could fly so high that our spirits never die. In my heart, I know you're all my brothers. In a world with no fear, together we'll cry happy tears. See the nations turn their swords into plowshares. We could really get there if you cared enough for the living. Make a little space to make a better place. Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Heal the world. Oh, heal the world. Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Heal the world we live in. Save it for our children. Heal the world we live in. Save it for our children. Oh, 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 oh. Save it for our children. And I know that you wanted respect. Margaret, I'm doing your song. Here's respect for you. You're welcome, Leah. What you want, baby, I got. What you need, do you know I got it? All I'm asking for a little respect when you come home. Yeah, baby, when you get home, I'll miss you. Just a little bit. Ain't gonna do you wrong while you're gone. Ain't gonna do you wrong, 'cause I don't wanna. And all I'm asking is for a little respect. goodness. I love it. You'll Never Walk Alone is the next request, and that was Edie. You'll Never Walk Alone. Whoops. Edie, wish me luck on that one. All right. Let's check out the key on that one. When you walk. Through the storm, hold your head. Okay, I'm gonna lower the key and just a couple of keys. Yeah, yep, let's do that again. Here we go, Edie, this one is for you. When you walk through the storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, the end of the storm, there's a golden sky, and that sweet silver song of life. Walk on through the rain. Walk on through the rain. Though your dreams be tossed and blown. Oh, walk on. Oh, walk on. With hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Walk on, with hope, just a little hope in your heart, and you'll never, 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 never walk alone. Oh, you will never walk Edie, that was a big song. Holy potato chips. Okay. Thank you for choosing it. Okay, who else have we got? Lean on Me. I think we've got everyone now. Lean on Me, Lean on Me. Dolphin Wishing for a Lifetime. Oh, thank you. Oh boy. I hope I can find that one. Wishing for a Lifetime. Oh boy. Lean on Me. Okay, let's do Lean on Me. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. Okay, that didn't work. Lean on me. Let's try that one more time. Is there another? Oh, Bill Withers. Of course. Bill Withers. Okay, now it's coming up. I've got it. I love this song too. That's for my mom. Oh. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Oh, please swallow your pride if I have things that you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. Come on now, you just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Oh, lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend, and I'll help you carry on. Oh, boy, it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Oh, call on me, sister, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Oh, if there is a load that you have to bear that you can't carry, oh, I'm right up the road and I'll share your load. If you just call me, I'll get. Oh, call me now. Call me. Oh, Elaine. Call me. I'm gonna come. Call me. You need someone to pack your boxes. Call me. Oh, call me now. Call me. Oh, yeah. Call me. Oh, my goodness. That one was for my mama. Call me. Dolphin, I haven't sung Wishing for a Lifetime for a little while, so I'm not as confident finding the lyrics or remembering it because I don't have them with me right this minute. But I will do the one for, is it Teacher Georgie? I think it's Teacher Georgie. This is so good. Oh my goodness. I think. Am I right? Oh, I hope it is. Okay. This one, you wanted Nina Simone, but I can't find the Nina Simone version of this one, so I will sing the Michael Bublé version of it instead, and it is called Feeling Good. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Fish in the sea. You know how I feel. River running free. You know how I feel. Blossom on the treetops. That's how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world, is a bold world for me. Don't you know the scent of mine? You know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine. Yes, that's how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. Oh, it's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. A new life for me, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I feel so good. I feel so good. I'm feeling good. I think we're going to call it a night. I am absolutely so grateful to be here with you today. I just thank you so much for your time. I know you could have been anywhere else and you chose to be here with me. And let me tell you, I appreciate that. I acknowledge you for it. And I am so grateful. I'm so grateful. And I really hope that you got something out of all of that today. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask, right? All right. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'm going to sing my way out with something. Yes. Thank you so much, everybody. Again, it's been a treat to be here with you. Thank you so much to all of my friends and family who are watching from St. Lucia. God, I'm so grateful for each and every one of you and all of you here and all around. Oh, so grateful. And I will see you next week, same time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. One with the divine, got a smile on my face, and I'm ready to face the world. Here I come. Thank you so much, Margaret. Thank you, Dalton. Thank you, Nathan and Edie and Ann and who else am I missing? If I don't call your name, please forgive me. There's quite a lot of you that I didn't really see the names for, so just pardon me, but I just want to acknowledge you and tell you I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful. I am on cloud nine, one with the divine gratitude and grace, and I'm ready to face the world. Here I come. Thank you, Cap. Hey, thank you, Keith Ann. Thank you, John. Hi, baby. How you doing? Adored you, my mom and dad. Oh my gosh, so grateful to each and every one of you. I noticed. Oh, Elaine, thank you, Mommy, for being here. Here I come. I'm ready. I'm ready. Hello, world. Here I come. I'm ready. I'm ready. Thank you, Michelle, for being here. I'm ready. Here I come. I'm ready. And I have to acknowledge Ricky because he is like behind the scenes and you can't see him, but he's pressing a whole bunch of buttons for me. So I'm just acknowledging him, thanking him for all of the effort and work that he puts in every single week and to help me to make sure that you get this message. So I gotta thank him. I gotta thank him. Hi, Leah. Svetlana, how are you doing, darling? Oh my gosh, so grateful. Bye, everybody. Mwah.